All right, we have Ronda Rousey versus Meisha Tate 3. Now, I'm trying to be open-minded with this fight. Why is Meisha Tate fighting Ronda Rousey for the third time? My normal reaction would be I have no idea why. She's been completely destroyed by Ronda Rousey 2 times. And they say, oh, she lasted longer, but hey, man, that was lasting longer while you're just getting completely dominated. I mean, that don't really account for much. I mean, I would say that, well, look, man, it's just like, I think they're having a third fight. I mean, Meisha Tate, she does well. She does good. She wins fights, but she's came real close to losing fights. I mean, I don't really think she's a challenge for Ronda Rousey at all. I mean, not even a little bit. I really don't. There's no way she's going to beat Ronda Rousey. I mean, they should have had that first fight where she got her arm snapped off, and they should have just left it at that. There really shouldn't even been a rematch. So they have a third fight. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. How is somebody going to beat Ronda Rousey? Well, I've kind of been putting some thought into this. I do think Ronda Rousey will lose within the next few years, maybe even 2 years. And the reason I say that is because Ronda Rousey is very good, but I do believe she'll lose just for the simple fact that women's MMA is even though women's MMA has been around a long time. I've been watching women's MMA for a long time. Since, man, I just back in the early 2000s, I was watching women's MMA. I've talked on that before, and I've always been a big fan. You guys know that. But the thing is, women's MMA is really evolving right now. A lot of these girls that are up and coming are, I mean, Shayna Baszler's the proof of that. You know, what the heck? Got hot air coming through this air conditioner. It's off, but there's literally like hot air just coming right through. Interesting. Shayna Baszler's the proof of that. Shayna Baszler's a great fighter. She's my all-time favorite female fighter, like I've told you guys. She's not the best female fighter, never was. But she all of a sudden started getting destroyed. And is it because of her skill level is not as good? That's not why. The difference is the game is evolving. Before, women's MMA was really an underground thing. There was no money to be made in it. And it was just a small select few girls doing it. Now, guess what? There's money to be made in women's MMA. So up-and-coming girls are going to be taking it more serious. They're going to be training. I mean, I'm not saying that the girls before didn't train hard. They did train hard. I mean, there's videos of Shayna Baszler from 10 years ago. We used to watch her training, and man, she was training hardcore, man. She really was. I mean, she was in great shape and everything. So, and that's why she did well. But the problem is these girls coming up now. I mean, even look at when I said the proof of it is Shayna Baszler. It's like Shayna Baszler came. She was missing for a couple years there. She wasn't even in the ranked list, I don't believe, because she kind of disappeared for a few years there. Maybe around 2010, something like that. And you know, after she lost to Cyborg, which hey, you can't blame her. But she came back, and you know, everybody was thinking, "Oh man, she's just going to dominate," and she was. She was doing really well. But what surprised everybody is she started losing. Why did she lose? She lost because these girls nowadays that are up and coming are they're on a different level. And I think that's what's going to happen. You know, Ronda Rousey, she's beating these girls, but as women's MMA progresses to the next level, is Ronda Rousey going to progress to another level? Now, she's already at another level. But the thing is, I do expect her to lose. Some girls are going to come up that are just going to dominate her. She'll get submitted. Something like that will happen. And the girls, they just seem to hit harder, man. Some of these girls just hit hard. So, you know, but Meisha Tate versus Ronda Rousey 3 doesn't make much sense. I mean, I do believe it's because Meisha Tate, she's so good looking, man. She's so marketable. I mean, she's hot as heck, man. She's just smoking hot, dude. I know girls might not understand it, but us guys, we look at her and it's just like, man, this girl's just flat out just sexy. She's just sexy in every way. A lot of guys feel the same way, Meisha Tate. So, and she can fight. So I know it's like it's a big fight for them, but I would have rather seen Kat Zingano fight her again. You know. But we got Bench Correa. I'm bad at pronouncing those names, and of course I expect Ronda Rousey to win, but we may see. I think you may be shocked. She's probably going to do better against Ronda Rousey. In my opinion, I think that there's a chance. Now, we don't know until we see the fight. But these younger girls that nobody really knows that much about, you know, we kind of know where Meisha Tate's at. We know her skill level. Is she getting better? Yeah, I'm sure she is. But we know about what she's going to do. Could she beat Ronda? It is possible. But if they came back and fought again, she's just going to lose again. I mean, there's a chance she could maybe win. If they fight 10 times, maybe she'll win one. It is possible. But we might see Bench come in and just hit Ronda Rousey hard, get her dazed, and just TKO her. That is a possibility, guys. You know, I think Kat Zingano, she came out, and even I thought, like, what the heck is going on? Because, you know, it is a possibility that maybe Kat Zingano could have wrestled with Ronda Rousey and outstruck her and out-wrestle her, stuff the takedowns. It's possible, but we didn't get to see that because she came in, threw herself right into Ronda Rousey, and ended up on the ground. But looking back on it, I don't necessarily think it was such a bad strategy, because if she had came in, hit Ronda Rousey with the flying knee, a kick, it would have been, the fight would have been over. I mean, kicking and all that stuff, knees, kicking, that stuff is very underused in women's MMA. I've always thought that if you look at all the women's MMA knockout highlights, I can't say all of them, but a lot of them are with kicks. I mean, there's some really exciting head kicks and knockouts. But it's like, you know, they come in and you just don't see people throwing kicks like this on Ronda Rousey. Believe me, someone throws a high kick that's been training and knows how to kick and it lands clean on Ronda Rousey, they'll knock her out. They can literally knock her out. Yeah, but for some reason we just haven't seen that. So even though Ronda Rousey's destroyed everybody, and I do acknowledge that she is really good, I just don't feel like she's been challenged for the simple fact that these women don't know how to challenge her. Or they have chose not to challenge her really in the right way. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's emotional, like Kat Zingano, if that was an emotional thing, she came in there like that, or if it was a strategy. So it's hard to say, but man, I do expect some of these younger girls, when they fight Ronda Rousey, to do a lot better against her within the next year or two. I do believe that she will not be as dominant and that she may in fact lose. That's my thoughts on, I don't know why I should title this video, how to beat Ronda Rousey, who's going to beat Ronda Rousey. I might just put Meisha Tate 3, you know, Meisha Tate versus Ronda Rousey 3, because that's what's going on. But Bench Correa has to fight Ronda Rousey first. So, and which is another thing, man. It's like, they're like, oh, Dana White's like, oh, well, because Meisha Tate just beat Jessica I. So, they're like, oh, she's next in line to fight Ronda Rousey. It's like, what are you talking about? Ronda Rousey's getting ready to fight Bench Correa. So you're just dismissing Bench Correa? I mean, that's not a wise thing to do. That's not a wise thing to do. Am I saying that she's probably going to go in there and get beat by Ronda? But you should never talk like that, especially in a sport that is so young. I mean, women's MMA, even though it's been around a long time, it's like it's just starting out, because only now are they going to be fighting that, man, we can be famous, we can be rich, we can do, I mean, they could put everything they have into training, and women have never been able to do that before. You know, they were working a job and then going to the gym and training, showing up and fighting. I mean, it was just not the same. It's only just starting out. It's in its very beginning at this level, and that is fact. And I will see you guys later.